risky to put too much of my trust into social media paying me, you know?
It definitely is a big risk, but big risk, big reward. I mean, you gotta be in the game. And that's the best way for you to get in front of people, is to be on social media. But then there are ways to have your own platform. Like you think of like EYL, like Earn Your Leisure. Guys know who they are?
No.
Oh, you should know that.
We should know them?
Yeah, they're the ones that made the InvestFest and all that stuff like that. And they,
oh, wow. I wonder when their birthday is.
And they just started from just having a podcast.
What?
Yep, and they turned into like the biggest, like they're worth like 9 figures or something like that.
Sky is the limit, man.
What I'm saying is, but they have their own platform now. They don't need social media or whatever, for people to know what they're doing. And also, another thing that creators should do is that even though people like say, oh, I don't want to have email or whatever, to make sure that all of your users have that you get their email and their phone number, and like get like a list of that, because that you could control. Even if you were to get kicked off of Facebook tomorrow, you still can send an email out to all your big time supporters and say like, hey, guess what happened? I'm gone, but I might be back in a week or so, but until then, here's the video. I uploaded it to blah, blah, blah. You can still watch it and then send it to them or whatever. You could do whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah, check me. We live in our phones, but what if we can make them? Got every app in the world, where's the participation? Looking for representation. Don't overlook the pavement, Silicon Valley was patient. So join the movement, we ain't got too much time to be wasted. I said it's deeper than cold. Vibe with me, yeah, it's deeper than cold.
And we're back, guys. Episode 2 of Deeper Than Cold podcast. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Shelby.
And this is Big Papa Cold himself in the flesh. This is season 2, episode 2. Influencer hustle, get rich or get left.
That's deep. Get rich or get left. What's that about?
What you mean by that?
Exactly what it says. Get rich or get left. I mean, at the end of the day, there is an opportunity that's in front of everybody to profit from the creator economy. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be an influencer, but, just like there's people that make money because they work at Oprah's show. Whatever, Oprah is the on-screen, person, but there's production, there's all these things behind the scenes. And there is a big opportunity for people to, make money in that environment.
Well, I'm all about making money off of social media.
So it's like if you're going to be on social media, it's best that you make money while you're on social media is what you're saying.
Might as well, because if you're on it all day, every day, like, make some dollars, right?
Yep, you're either making yourself money or you're making somebody else money. But even if you're using it, doesn't mean you have to be somebody who uses social media to make money necessarily, but you should help enable other people to make money, because that's what every single job is about. Like in the entire world, like every job that exists is there because somehow it makes somebody money. If you think about even a nurse at a hospital, hospitals charge people money to take care of them. And so nurses make money because they enable that business to matter. Right. A hairstylist makes money because people want to look beautiful.
Absolutely.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, so but like how does social media make these people rich? Like,
and what's the catch to that? Like,
yeah.
Well, the catch is, there's this whole system of the web where we started from Web 1, we went to Web 2, which is where we're kind of living in right now. And Web 2, that world is basically the social media world, where when you had Web 1, everybody just had their own website. And if you knew about the website, you went to the website. Web 2, then you introduce stuff like, oh yeah, we have Google, we can go find people, and there's ads, and then there's social platforms where people go to and they centralize there. Like, think about how often people actually go to like regular websites. They probably don't. They go to Instagram and look at a bunch of stuff. They go to TikTok, look at a bunch of stuff. They go to Twitter, look at a bunch of stuff. If they ever go to a real website, they probably started off either via a search engine or a social media website. Absolutely. And that's the portal that connects everything. So the catch is the overlords of social media can always decide that, you know what, Chrissy, we liked you yesterday. Now we don't like you anymore. So now we're not going to show your content to anybody. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen because you make great content.
Oh,
Thank you.
Sweet. So what do you mean, like the Instagram or like TikTok will make that decision, is what you're saying?
That's like the algorithm, right? Like the algorithm kind of pushes what they want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get with it.
Is the algorithm a bunch of people sitting in like a big room just watching all of this stuff go down, and they're like, okay, this is good. No, this is not good. This is good. No, this is not good.
You can think of it that way, but they're not actually actively doing that. there's code that they have in place that looks at content that's created, tries to figure out what it is and figure out who wants to see that content and get it in front of those people. So you have to kind of make the algorithm know that this is what my content's about. And then people coming on and looking at content that look at similar content, they'll show it to those people, which is why that's a kind of a bad thing about social media is that you could just get in an echo chamber. It's only going to show you stuff you want to see. So if you only, want to see, cats exploding, which is horrible because I have 2 cats and cats are wonderful.
I was about to say maybe cooking videos, but cats exploding is crazy.
But I'm saying people like seeing stuff like that and they're going to see it over and over and over again.
Think about like Dr. Pimple Popper, right? Like people watch like pimple popping videos. Wink, wink, me.
Yeah.
Well, what's the real money maker for creators though?
The money making comes in the fact that these companies, as they're getting more mature, they can only, stay alive because they make revenue. And the way they make revenue normally is via ads and partnerships. So you have to make stuff that people want to advertise on. And if people don't want to advertise on those things, it's not going to work. TikTok has a slightly different way of doing it, which I think is actually pretty smart, which is why they don't want to give up their algorithm. But that's a whole nother thing. But if you think about certain other platforms, they just care about people staying in the app because they show ads in a different way. They're like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you think about Facebook, et cetera, they're just going to show ads next to content and they want to show ads next to stuff that's similar to it. So if you're watching videos about, finance, then something for Robinhood, is probably going to pop up underneath it because Robinhood's a brokerage.
Right.
That sort of thing.
What about like when I'm talking about Crocs, right?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I'm scrolling and I see nothing but Croc ads.
Yeah.
Well, your phone can listen to you. So
How I turn it off?
But that's my thing. Like my phone
turn it
can
off,
listen
though.
to me. What? How? Like who's
Speaker-
listening?
Same way you
Speaker
can
mode
say,
on.
hey
The
Siri,
computer. Yeah.
look, she wants to know what I want.
I don't. That's not very safe.
And also your phone, if you have an iPhone, it takes like every couple seconds or whatever, it takes like a flash of your face. Like over and over and over and over again. Like it keeps taking pictures of you over and over and over.
My
and over.
phone does that.
Yeah, but just
I'm getting a flip phone.
every couple seconds, just you don't want to do that because you want to still be connected to everything. You don't want to do that.
But why? I don't think that that's safe.
I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons for why
You
it
have
could be safe
Clear.
or not.
I do have Clear.
That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but only when I'm
Pirate.
flying. But only when I'm flying, they're doing that. But for my phone to constantly do it, it's like a breach of my security at that point. Or
But you agreed to that.
When you got the phone,
When you got the
and when you
phone.
set up Face ID too,
Mm-hmm.
you open up your phone and it goes boop. I know who you are.
It's in the fine print.
I didn't read that. But who reads the fine print?
Me?
Okay, I don't. I ain't gonna hold you up. So like
I
I was
read
on.
stuff.
So we were speaking about being on the internet. So now like on Instagram, you have an option to post a picture, but add AI to it or something. Like what does AI have to do with the social media or the internet right now? Like what is AI doing for the social media?
There's a positive way to use it and a way to create spam. But because I mean that's a lot of things that you see, but you can create content a whole lot faster using AI because AI basically sits next to you like a friend or whatever and will help you like brainstorm and come up with anything and will write stuff for you, will be an assistant for you. So you can create content a whole lot quicker. So you could sit down and, come up with 30 ideas and give it to AI and say, take these 30 ideas and come up with 10 shorts for me. Come up with 10 TikTok videos, come up with 10 this, 10 that, and it'll just
Why aren't we
spit it out.
using that?
Oh, I'll teach you.
It's new now. I literally just seen a girl post a picture on Instagram and it said made with AI. So I'm like, what does that even look like? So is it going to put humans out of business? Because at that point, it's literally, we're losing our creativity at that point. If we're going to depend on AI, because I actually love ChatGPT. But if we're going to depend on that, my
Mhm.
creativity is going to die down, right?
Well, even though that's the case, you can't really get anything really out of AI, especially the way it stands right now, without having some creativity. It's just going to make the process faster. Like you can't, if you tell AI, come up with 50 things that are going to go viral on Twitter, it's going to give you garbage.
Okay.
But if you start to prompt it with like, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm considering, this is what I'm thinking about, proofread this for me, do this, do that. It does stuff like that really, really well.
Okay.
But that human creativity still needs to be there. And then when you think about it too, let's say an example of two people, Drake and Kendrick, right? We're going to use them as examples.
Oh,
Do you see how some people love Kendrick, but he makes a whole lot less music?
Yeah.
But his music is super creative and people love that music. Like King Kunta is like one of my favorite songs of all time or whatever. But Drake can make thousands of songs in the same time it takes Kendrick to make 20.
Yeah, but that's like quality over quantity kind of thing.
I don't know about necessarily that. But what I'm saying is that when you really like somebody, because we're going to start that because
we're not going to start that.
We're going to start that. Team OVO. We ain't going to start that. I like Kendrick too. No, we're not. No OVO. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
We'll touch on that another time.
we still need to get First Person Shooter remix. I need Kendrick to be on it. And I'm really mad that it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
But I really want it. Like, Kendrick would kill that.
Yes, he would. But the others ruined it for him for that.
No. They didn't say nothing. Look, Kendrick got mad because he said, Kendrick, you're really good at rap. You're one of the big three. You're really, really, really good. Drake ain't say nothing to him. J. Cole said that, yeah, we're the big three, but I'm Muhammad Ali. If anything, he should have beef with J. Cole, but he didn't want J. Cole smoke because that's the one I really like. That's who I'm the actual fan of. I like
J. Cole's
Drake.
Pretty cool, yeah.
I was so mad. I was so mad when J. Cole apologized.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
No, but that was humbling. That was humbling.
It was. I was like, you know what? That's why you're the GOAT. And now they're gonna make each other look stupid. And now both of them end up looking kind of crazy, but now Kendrick doesn't look crazy anymore.
Kendrick does not look crazy.
You think Kendrick looks crazy?
He look a little crazy. It depends.
Kendrick, no.
If I jump into my Drake supporter group chat right now, Kendrick looks crazy in there. I'm just saying.
But that's also because Drake people are like drunk on Drake, and it's not like
Kendrick people drunk on Kendrick. But you know what?
Kendrick is a Gemini.
People that like J. Cole are hip hop purists and just love the sport and everything about hip hop because J. Cole is the best MC out of all of them. He doesn't need to make his voice super high pitched and scream and falsetto. He just spit bars and it's better.
Okay.
J. Cole would have washed Kendrick. That's never mind.
Nas is better than all of them.
He is better than all of them. J. Cole is better than all of them.
No, Nas.
If Kendrick and Drake teamed up, they would still get washed by J. Cole.
I can't knock that, but I will say it was a good 32-day run of pure entertainment. I had a great time. We blew up on YouTube. It was great. Put her there. Yep. But we love it. J. Cole, we love J. Cole, but I'm going to still vote Kendrick.
Okay.
Well, I have a question.
Kenny.
I don't know how we got there.
I'm like, wait, now let's get back on.
You were. Cole was preaching. He like, no, this is what I'm saying. I'm sticking to it.
So what would you say are the big problems and drama that creators face today?
The big problems in drama. Well, like we talked about the algorithm, we like the algorithms that these different platforms have, and that they don't always promote good content sometimes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes good content could get lost. That's a potentiality. You also have the problem of like somebody having the button to be able to turn off your income at any moment. Like I remember there was like this creator that made like, 6 figures a month. And just for like 2 months straight, for some reason, YouTube just didn't let them monetize their videos.
What?
For whatever reason. And they have
fight that?
Lawsuit?
I mean, they got it back, but like for 2 months, they just weren't generating revenue.
They was kind of getting like lost in the algorithm.
Not even that they were getting lost. They were getting a lot of views, but they weren't getting ads served or whatever. It was saying like their videos were getting demonetized for whatever reason, but then they got monetized later. So it was like a glitch or something like that. So, you also are at the whim of, somebody writing code that they don't mess it up. You know what I mean? So, hopefully people like me who teach people how to code, like do a good job of that so they don't mess up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really.
It wasn't none of my students who messed that up. I know that. I'm just saying.
Thank God for that. You're leading a great pack. So where's the creator economy headed?
I think where the creator economy is heading is, and you're seeing it more and more, is that the creator, like the actual individual, is becoming more important than the corporations. Like, for example, right now, if J. Cole drops, I'm buying. If Kendrick drops right now, just because I never get to hear Kendrick drop anything, because, he don't drop nothing ever.
No, not too much on him. Not too much on your boy.
He literally dropped 3 things back to back to back.
He really did. I didn't see that come. When he did that, I was like, oh, he's serious.
Y'all was sleeping on him.
I was in pain.
Don't poke the bear.
I was like,
that's what it is. That's what it is.
But I still know J. Cole could have done that too. J. Cole could have just sat in the studio and just waited every time he dropped and just dropped another.
But he's a family man and he decided to have a picnic instead, in the park alone, just with no problems.
But you see the way we care about them three? That's the reason why I even brought it up to begin with. Like, they are creators. They make stuff.
Yeah.
And Drake is a business in and of himself. That's why Universal will just give him $400 million. Kendrick also is a business in and of himself. And he runs his business. I'll say one thing. I think that Kendrick, people will be mad at me, but Kendrick is way better businessman than Drake.
Really? Why?
100 times.
Why do you
see
say
the way
that?
he runs PG Lang, the way that he's intentional about what he posts, the content he creates. I think he should make more music, but he's intentional about the music he makes. He tries to make everything like speak to a theme or whatever. Like,
yes.
I listened to For All the Dogs. It was good, but I mean, like, what the heck is that album? Ever since Take Care, he just kind of just like, well, whatever I made in the booth, I'm just gonna throw it on the album.
Yeah, exactly. He started wearing bobos and barrettes in his hair. At that point, I lost respect.
He started hanging out with Lil Yachty. That's what it was. When you hang out with younger people, you know?
Yeah, because
he's kind of become
kind of older. You know what I'm saying?
He's older than me.
Yeah, hello.
What is it? The braids?
Yeah, exactly. Look, Kendrick said it himself. Okay, boom. So you said that's where it's headed, but like, what should creators like prep for with that?
Creators should prep for, modeling that and understanding that they are the ones that actually hold the power. Creator is more important than everybody else in that entire system, because all the people that eat off of Kendrick because Kendrick is creative and creates great content, all people that eat off of Drake are because Drake makes content that generates revenue people want to hear, people want to see, because the main commodity is people's eyeballs and their ears. If people want to watch it or people want to hear it, then there's money there, because that's the reason why somebody will pay Drake to wear certain clothes. They'll pay Kendrick to do this. They'll pay Kendrick to show up here, because if he's there, then people want to be there. People want to be around these people that create content. And those online influencers are just as important. Like Kai Cenat. It's not like freaking, he freaking went to New York and caused the freaking like state of emergency because everybody was trying to get to him. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
He went, and I mean, there's famous people that just live in New York. And Kai Cenat showing up like caused a ruckus because everybody wanted to be around him. And all he does is stream and talk. He didn't even do anything. He's entertaining. And because he's entertaining, he's a creator. People want to see that content. And now that content's valuable. Now people, every single time somebody, why is Kevin Hart on his stream? Kevin Hart would be on the stream for no reason. He came on the stream because, he's still trying to make everybody forget about Cat Williams, which we effectively did. Yeah, which we effectively did forget about Cat Williams. And he's got movie after movie dropping, so he needs to be in front of everybody. Be like, oh yeah, Kevin Hart, let me see what he's doing. Oh yeah. He got a new special dropping because he got a new special coming out. So he wanted to be on stream with Kai Cenat. Right?
Think of Nicki Minaj when her album dropped. She was on Kai Cenat.
And she was on Kai Cenat also.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they are the platform. So it doesn't matter if Kai Cenat's on Twitch or if he's on YouTube, because he's bigger than that at this point. He can go wherever and his audience will follow him, most of them.
Yeah.
Well, to piggyback off that, even with our reaction videos to like the music that was dropped, Kendrick did something cool with not getting it copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
Where he wouldn't copyright strike.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Why don't more artists do that?
Because, like I said, he's a smarter businessman than other people. And he understands that if everybody can, if there's already all these creators on the internet right now already that are going to make content, right? Why not let them make content about you? Because it's going to make more people see you. Yeah. That's why Not Like Us became, because it's everywhere. Yeah. Every time I can't go anywhere without, I don't even, actually, not going to lie. I kind of like the song. Right?
We got it out of him.
I kind of like the song.
He likes it.
But it's everywhere. I can't go anywhere without hearing it. Every time I turn around, we got to pop out and shit. Every turn where I go, I got to hear it.
We love it. It's amazing. But you get it. So that's what Kendrick did. Like, he didn't copyright it, and more artists definitely should.
It's not that he didn't copyright. He owns it.
He
definitely owns it, but he's not going to strike you for using. He's not. Basically, it's like, now that I'm old, I don't have any friends that I let do this, but there used to be friends that I would let, like, yeah, you can use my car. I don't freaking care. You have a key to my house. You can come in. But now I'm 36. I don't do that anymore. But I'm saying about like 19, 20 when I was in the military and stuff like that. Yeah, come in my room. It doesn't freaking matter. Like, we have that openness or whatever, because it's still mine. I can tell you no at any
time.
Out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not telling you no, so you can free reign. You can rely on the fact that I never used the car, so go ahead and use it. I don't freaking care. Right?
Oh, you're so nice.
I was.
But he said thank God for boundaries now.
Yeah, so but at the end of the day, that same thing Kendrick said, like, yeah, go ahead and use it. That same thing, like Metro, he did the same thing with the BBL Drizzy.
So let's run that. So did Drake end up making money from that because he used it in a song with Sexy Red?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if Metro made it in such a way that anybody can use it, and anybody includes Drake. So there you go. You know what I mean?
He
So
still was
So that
lame
was
for
bad
doing that.
business?
no, he wasn't. You know that was hot.
That was lame.
Nah,
That was hot. That was
It was
hot.
hot.
So how am I your
Why you
own?
And
gonna
then
lie?
you made the song with Sexy Red. Like, you made a song with Sexy Red, and then
I
you used
said,
the beat. I hate the
He
song.
switched it up. He was like, yeah, because I be buying everybody BBLs.
Yeah, that's
no,
beautiful.
but you don't. You really got lipo.
But he
Yeah.
also buys
I'm
females
thinking about getting one of them
BBLs.
Drake BBLs myself.
No, you are not.
I'm thinking about doing it.
It wouldn't be the first
Listen-
or the last.
No,
I've
listen,
seen-
we're friends now.
I looked it up. I was like, wait, $6,000 is it?
It costs more to
Interesting.
get some hair on your head.
Exactly. I'm like, and you just sucked fat right out? I can see why he did it. That's easy. Light work. That's nothing for him. He's a billionaire.
No.
I'm joking. I'm not joking.
I was about to say, but we're friends now. Like, I would never allow
I
you
would
to do
support it.
Thank you. I'm not going to do it.
No. Once I heard
I'm
what
going to keep getting on that stupid Peloton that's in my room.
that. You can do it. But once I heard what anesthesia really does to you, I'm just like, no, don't go under the knife.
Unless you have to.
Yeah, which I will have to soon.
Yeah. Exactly why I said to let me know when you go to surgery. Go ahead.
To be able to afford the surgery, though, I am a creator in the creator fund. Is it risky to put too much of my trust into social media paying me? You know,
it definitely is a big risk, but big risk, big reward. I mean, you gotta be in the game, and that's the best way for you to get in front of people is to be on social media. But then there are ways to have your own platform. Like you think of like EYL, like Earn Your Leisure guys. You know who they are?
No.
You should know them.
we should know them.
Yeah, they're the ones that made the InvestFest and all that stuff like that. And they,
Oh wow! I wonder
we
when their
should know
birthday
them.
is.
and they just started from just having a podcast.
What?
Yep, and they turned into like the biggest. Like they're worth like 9 figures or something like that.
Sky is
what
the
are they
limit,
called?
man.
What I'm saying is, but they have their own platform now. They don't need social media or whatever, for people to know what they're doing. And also, another thing that creators should do is that even though people like say, oh, I don't want to have email or whatever, to make sure that all of your users have that you get their email and their phone number and like get like a list of that, because that you could control. Even if you were to get kicked off of Facebook tomorrow, you still can send an email out to all your big time supporters and say like, hey, guess what happened? I'm gone, but I might be back in a week or so. But until then, here's the video. I uploaded it to blah, blah, blah. You could still watch it and then send it to them or whatever. You could do whatever it is that you want to do, because and then go from platform to platform. So make sure that you do that. And also same thing with phone numbers, and you could always just text do a text blast to the whole entire list. So if you rely on Facebook to do it, I mean, Facebook, first of all, doesn't even let you talk to all of your people anyway.
What do you mean they don't let you talk to all of them?
I mean, unless you pay, they're not going to, all your content's not going to go to everybody's feed that's following you. Right. So, but if you send that email, hits everybody's inbox, they open it or they don't.
Like that's
you
a
send
guarantee.
Text message.
Yeah.
Exactly. You send a text message, it's going to be there. And they do with it what they want, but you get better results out of that. So you should be using social media to make sure you build up that, because you own the email list, you own the phone number. And when I say own, you really do own it, because some people say, oh, well, it's still on like the email platform, whatever. No, because you literally put it all in the spreadsheet and it's yours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you could move it from whatever platform you want back and forth, and you could do the same thing with the phone numbers. And so that's your people. So make sure that you're always doing that. And
How
a good
do
way
you
to
do
grow.
that though?
Yeah, a good way to grow. You can make like a ebook or something like that. And then you can give away and say, hey, if you want this ebook, give me your phone number and your email address, and then now you have it.
Ooh, that's tea right there.
Right, we love that.
I like.
So is that like a way for like creators to protect their content and like keep control of their content and stuff like that? Is that what you just said? Is that a way that they can do that?
Yes, because now even if Facebook or whatever doesn't want to work with them or whatever the case may be, they still can get access to their people. Like even when Donald Trump got kicked off of, like, he's a good example, even though it's what it is. Like, we're not gonna start Donald Trump conversation like we did with whatever, because
We'll be here all day.
I don't have enough positive things to say about him.
Okay.
So
That's real.
Yeah.
When he got cut or eliminated from Twitter, or was it X at the time?
Yeah, well, I
Was
don't
it
know which
X
one
or
it was.
Twitter?
But he got kicked out, but still, he's still able to get in contact with all of his donors. Why? Because he sent them mail and still sent them text messages and still sent them freaking emails, probably. I don't know. I'm not one of his people, so I wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
But he still got in contact with all of them and still raised all that money regardless, because he can still do that and can start a whole nother platform and people will jump on it, because he still has a way to distribute his voice to as many people as possible. And he's got all of that stuff over time because he's been selling all these books and tapes for like decades. So he can still get to his supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think social media will die down in like probably the next 10 years?
I think it's going to change. I don't think the way that it is now is going to, you know, persist. Even the way it is now is not the way it was when social media came out, when MySpace came out. It's not the same.
Yeah, right.
So I think that VR, AR, metaverse stuff, like that all is real. And that's going to become more prevalent the further we go into, you know, time keeps moving forward.
Yeah. That's crazy. So you don't think like Instagram will be, do you think Instagram will be a thing like once our kids get older?
Who knows? Let's see. I think not. I think Instagram is very easy to be dead. I think also a lot of, like when I talked about like making money before, I think Instagram, I think if you look at it by the numbers, it's like one of the least profitable social media platforms. If Mark Zuckerberg didn't already own it, I don't think it would do what, I don't think it'd be able to do what it's doing now, because it's very hard to monetize Instagram, right? Whereas YouTube is super easy to monetize. Whereas, you know, Twitter is super hard to monetize too. But like YouTube and TikTok, like the way they're set up to make it real easy to make money. And so when you think about people with big followings on Instagram, unless they're selling something, they're not going to get money from Instagram.
Unless you're selling something. And it's
Are they going to take TikTok away?
I think, who knows?
They've been saying it, but
yeah, they've been saying it for a really long time and it hasn't happened yet, you know?
I think that it would be a mistake to allow something like that to happen, because you set a precedent that they can, you know, that the government is able to just say that we're not allowing this on our shores, which is a freedom of speech problem and a whole bunch of other problems. I think that that's something we should really not want them to do.
Right.
Because the problem is that, let's say if you give somebody power, let's say if I trust you, right? Let's say you hold a position. Let's say your position is, you know, head of the world. Let's say you're head of the world, but you only can be head of the world for 4 years. Let's say you're a benevolent person. All you ever do is good. You don't do anything bad. And we start giving more and more power to you and keep giving more and more power to you, right? And now your term is over. And so now you're no longer head of the world. Who's to say the next head of the world is going to be as benevolent as you? And now they have access to that same power. So you give power to somebody to be able to do something, and especially give it to a position that people are going to fluctuate in and out of. That's a recipe for creating a dystopia eventually, if the wrong person gets access to that power and does crazy things with it.
That's presidency right now.
It's not there now, but every single one of these, there's some conspiracy theories which are just ridiculous and have no standing, but some of them are very factual on, if you allow people to do certain things, they will do it, and then the world will look differently. And if you change the way that the power of the presidency and give them absolute power, and the wrong person gets in there, they won't give the power back. And and if they can galvanize enough people to protect it and not allow an election to happen or not allow these things, they'll just stay in power and we'll just be stuck with it, because there won't be much we can do if they have big enough power base to stop.
It's giving purge.
Yeah.
No, really.
Which I wouldn't mind.
You're crazy then.
I'm going to pack my things and go.
I'll be in Dubai if that happens.
I'll be outside.
So that concludes our episode here at Deeper Than Code. We are here every Sunday at 9 p.m. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Peace.
I'm the one that you should call when you learn to code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Yeah, man, they call me Mr. CTO. I'm the one that you should call when you learn to code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Got in this game from a humble beginning, but now we win and came up.